Well, hello there, Leo. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your February 2023 Tarot Love reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or advice that Spirit has for you. Okay, let's take a look at your Animal Spirit card, Cat Spirit. Claim your independence. Okay, so Leo, I feel like, this is kind of one of those energies where if you're in a relationship, you may be wanting to leave the relationship or at least stand up for yourself for how you feel about a certain situation in your relationship. And if you are single, I feel like there is this energy about you about really stepping into your own power, using this time to create your own financial stability, your own sense of what you truly believe about yourself, your alignment to yourself, your core values. And then we have rest and rejuvenation. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, whether you're in a relationship or not, this is kind of like, it's a little bit of this energy of just reassessing where you are as far as what you want in a romantic relationship. It's about really reconnecting almost to yourself, with yourself. I feel like for some of you, you may have recently ended a relationship. It's about taking that time to heal, to go within. Just to really, oh my goodness, yeah. Okay, so this is a lovely energy. All right, so we're going to take a look at the present energy. We'll take a look at any obstacles on your path over this next 4 to 5 weeks, and then we'll take a look at advice from Spirit. Yeah, you have a big change coming up. Something here you've been going back and forth about. Is this for me or isn't it? You could be kind of in this energy, especially I feel like for a lot of you, if you're in a relationship, it's kind of like trying to decide, going back and forth. Is this relationship really for me or isn't it? If you're single, I think you're in that in-between phase of trying to figure out if you really want to be in a romantic relationship or not. It could be you're just kind of like, okay, I'm taking myself out of the game of love for a little bit. I have to reassess. There's really this sense of reassessing what it is that you want in love, in kind of a little bit of a introspection. It's not really, if you're in a relationship and you're going back and forth about whether or not to stay in the relationship or not, I don't feel like you're really going within to figure out that relationship. There's really this energy of going within to figure out what you want in any relationship. And then you could compare that to the relationship that you have. There's a difference there, right? Because sometimes if we're just looking at what is going on, the conflict that may be occurring in a relationship, sometimes we get kind of caught up in the details of that instead of going within and asking ourselves, well, what is it I believe, about a relationship? What is it I want in a relationship? How is that fitting into this situation? Okay, so let's take a look here. I want to try to find you some clarity about the situation. Okay, nice. All right, you have the Lovers on the bottom, but this has been a long path. So if you're in a relationship, I feel like there is something kind of going on, a little bit of conflict. We have conflict popping out here, but it's been a long go. This could be a situation where, say, you've been in a committed relationship with somebody for some time and they're going through something. Maybe they've lost their job, or they're dealing with a health issue or some extended family issue, right? Or perhaps some personal issue. There's this energy that, okay, what do I truly believe in relationships? Because I feel like there's this sense of being tired of this going on for so long. You may be thinking about leaving it, but I think what the divine is asking you to do is to go within and ask yourself, what is it that you believe about relationships in general? You know, do you feel like if you're in a committed relationship that it's meant to go the long haul if somebody's going through something difficult? You know, or, you know, it's almost kind of like flip the positions, right? It's kind of like if you were the one going through the difficult time, you know, what would you want your partner to do? So no matter which one you are, the one going through a difficult time or the one being a partner to somebody going through a difficult time, it's almost like asking yourself, if I was in their shoes, what would I want to have happen? Because you have the Sun and you have the Three of Cups. You know, there's this energy that there can be a healing here, rest and rejuvenation. It's kind of like going within and asking yourself those difficult questions about relationships in general. What do you believe about romantic relationships in general? Yeah, I feel like that is difficult. You know, that is really difficult. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, we have, you know, the sacred temple. So this is, you know, this is a soul lesson that you're working on. It's been a very long trek. You know, it's just kind of like dragging along. And, you know, there's this change. There's this change in the relationship. Once again, I feel like if you are single, right, it's been a long trek of being single and not perhaps understanding why, or not feeling as if love is going to be on the horizon ever again. But let's go back to this. We have celebrating and the Sun, love, joy, abundance, right? Coming in for you, something to celebrate. But it's about, I think it's truly about getting yourself in alignment with what it is that you truly believe about relationships. Oh my gosh, yeah. And the Nine of Wands coming out again. You know, yeah, the Sun and the Moon, your fears about where is this going to go? You know, if you're single, how long am I going to be single? You know, if you're in a relationship and it's hitting a difficult time, it's kind of like, okay, how long is this going to go? I also feel like there's a little bit of an energy of being fearful of going within and asking yourself or asking your partner, you know, what does the Sun represent to you? And with the Moon card, knowing that the divine is working behind the scenes for things to come into fruition for you, it's taking time. It is taking time because I feel like you are truly changing during this time. You know, it's taking a long time to see a different perspective. I feel like you're ascending. You're stepping into a truth. Yeah, your truth is healing. You know, the way that maybe if this whole scenario had taken place like 10 or 20 years ago, right? You may have been in a different place in your life where you would have made a different choice. And now you're at this point in your life. You have more wisdom, more experience under your belt, right? And it's kind of like, okay, I'm not the same person that I was back then. So I feel like you're kind of struggling. There's almost like this internal struggle. What do I feel about relationships at this point in my life? Because your area of resistance or your obstacle is that you're kind of playing it safe. Right? You're sitting there playing it safe, trying to figure it out. I think for some of you, you're trying to figure it out. But I think you're truly waiting on somebody else to take action. I think you're waiting for somebody else to take action because I think you're almost like doubting yourself. It's that type of energy. Like, you know, with the Moon card. If I make a change, I'm not sure I'm making the right change. So let's see what we have here. Yeah. I think somebody may be coming in. I feel like this is really maybe more for a reading for people that are in a relationship. Because I feel like somebody is coming in, but they have an offer, but it's almost like an offer to end something, to end the difficulty in this situation. It's almost like somebody is giving you an out. And I think that that's what you're kind of turmoiled about, right? If you were in a committed relationship and then somebody gives you an out, right? Maybe you've hit this rough patch and they're like, okay, I'll let you out. It's almost like somebody here is trying to get out of a soul contract or allowing you to leave a soul contract. For some of you, this could be a twin flame connection. Because I feel like there is the end, wanting to end a soul contract here. Saying this is too long, too hard, I don't want to go this. And I feel like there's somebody here that's saying, okay, if you want out, you can go. You can go. And then it's kind of like, once again, you're still then having to make the decision. Yeah. So let's see what your advice is. Okay, you have professional assistance. Perhaps, seeking counseling, therapy, talking to a lawyer, talking to, I feel like financial planner, mental health, I feel like maybe playing into this. For some of you, it could be because we have the 3 of Cups, an addiction of some sort for somebody in this connection, right? And then, trying to manifest out of this sense of healing, nurturing. I think that that's part of it, is that when you started out, you could have had this very kind of strong energy about the way you wanted this situation to play out. And now you're recognizing that what the situation really needs is love and nurturing. If you are the one that is needing the help or the support at this time, okay, I feel like that's what you're trying to manifest, is to have someone in your life, perhaps your partner, to really kind of reach out and give you that nurturing that you're looking for. So let's clarify that. I'm really sending you lots of love and hugs, Leo, because I feel you're struggling at this time. And if no other reason, you're just trying to struggle. It's almost like you're trying to decide what is the right thing to do. You could be thinking about karma down the line. What is the right thing to do if I want to have good karma? But there's this deeper knowing underneath within you. It's not about what's right or wrong. It's about what's in alignment with you. Oh my goodness. This is beautiful. You have, Ace of Cups. For some of you, this is new love coming in. For others of you, okay, this is the energy of perhaps somebody in this connection saying, okay, let's give it another go. We have the Empress energy and we have the the 9 of Pentacles energy. The 9 of Pentacles is the single lady card, okay? So for some of you, you're coming back to getting your independence. It's perhaps, I feel like if some of you are in a connection where your partner is needing a lot of support at this time, it's also about learning to build healthy boundaries so that you have your own independence in and still be in your relationship, okay? It's kind of, I hadn't thought about this in a long time, but I had an aunt and an uncle, oh my goodness, probably like 35, 40 years ago. Okay. And he had dementia and had to move into, what we have today as memory care units. And my aunt was kind of like, okay, she was really toying with, what does that mean for me? Right? She wasn't married. She wasn't the Empress. And she also wasn't single. She, and my uncle probably lived in, that memory care unit for probably another 6 or 7 years. She went on to live a very fulfilling life. She didn't remarry or anything. But it was a struggle. I remember her having that conversation about what a struggle it is because she wasn't really married and she wasn't really single, you know. So I feel like you could be kind of dealing with a situation like that. But it's about, okay, what do you believe about your relationship? Kind of looking at it from the other person's shoes too. If the roles were reversed, and then asking yourself, what is in alignment with what I truly believe? I feel like for some of you, you could be getting a lot of, kind of like outside, maybe from extended family or something like that, about the way that you should proceed. But I do believe it has to do with you stepping into this energy of really loving yourself. And the Empress card is the Phoenix Rising card. Understanding, I am going to build this life that is good for me. Yeah. Whatever that means for you. Okay, let me pull a couple of Romance Angel cards here. Well, Leo, I know it's kind of a difficult heart-to-heart conversations, passion, reconciliation, okay? Reconciliation and the wedding card. And love yourself first, okay? I think for a lot of you, this is about getting back into what you truly believe about relationships, being in alignment with yourself. Okay, whenever we're in alignment with who we truly are and make decisions from there, from our heart, not from our head, right? Everything goes fine. It will be okay. So I love that. I think for some of you, there is this sense of reconciling. I mean, you have the Three of Cups, another sense of people coming back together, of reconciling. And perhaps, finding some assistance on that path will help. I love that energy. It's a nice ending. All right, so let's pull another card for you. And Leo, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. I truly believe you do kind of have this moment, okay, where you're recognizing the spiritual side of yourself and perhaps the realistic side of yourself, the 3D reality of decisions that may need to be made. And you're doing a really good job, Leo, of combining the two of them, of seeing both sides of this, right? And knowing that you are on the right path. This is all meant for you, and to really keep in mind, okay, loving yourself first, making sure you're loving yourself first, and not over giving to a situation, and yet at the same time, I do feel like you're keeping somebody else a little bit in your thoughts while you're trying to decide what to do. All right, well, I'm leaving it there. I do appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. I send you so much love and light. Please be kind and gentle with yourself as you're moving through this. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.